I'm Adrian, and welcome to the latest episode of Fight Scene Breakdown. On this series, we take a look at your favorite fight scenes from various forms of media and analyze them from a martial arts perspective. Today, we're examining Winter Soldier's awesome nightmare fight scene from The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Without spoiling too much, this fight happens very early on in the series. The Winter Soldier, or more aptly put, Bucky Barnes, is having a very difficult time adjusting to a quote-unquote normal life after everything that he's been through. He's been seeing a counselor who has advised him to try to amend his past actions in order to avoid the nightmares. In terms of a story perspective, not only does this nightmare give the series an excuse to show Winter Soldier at full power, so to speak, it also lets the viewer know what Bucky is seeing. And though the stakes may not be at an all-time high since we're dealing with a fight that has a bygone outcome, it's still fun to see. It's also dramatically important to Bucky's character development later on. Before the fight begins, we get a couple of establishing shots to see the scenario it's going to take place in. The lighting is very warm, giving the viewer a false sense of security before the fight starts. Suddenly, we cut to that iconic metallic arm smashing through a wall and subsequently removing the guard. A couple cuts later, and the Winter Soldier starts going to work immediately. The scene is shot in a style reminiscent of Captain America Winter Soldier, with mostly wides to appreciate the action, just with an accelerated cutting pace. For example, in order for the Winter Soldier to land on the bottom floor, we have a quick shot of him about to start rolling over the railing, which cuts to another wide of him rolling over it, and then we cut to him landing. Each shot takes less than a second, but you still get a sense of the action in this instance. This is the only scene in the entire series that truly presents Bucky at full power. Sure, we get a snippet of this when he's pretending to be the Winter Soldier at a nightclub, but it's nowhere near as brutal and efficient as he has a potential to be. As such, most of the choreography in the scene is lethal, which makes sense considering the Winter Soldier doesn't have time to disable his enemies via multiple strikes and instead goes for the most efficient way to take them out, whether it's using hand-to-hand combat, the environment, or weapons. Let's take a look at each one of them. The first guard goes down with a simple pull, the second guard receives a quick drop kick, the third guard is eliminated with a throwing knife to his neck. The aforementioned second guard also gets a blink and you miss it knife to the neck, taking him out of the equation as well. Naturally, after this, everybody panics and either runs or shoots at the Winter Soldier. But without a moment of hesitation, the Winter Soldier takes out guards number 4 and 5 with some lethal and accurate shooting. The sixth guy receives a direct impact from Bucky's vibranium arm, aided by a bit of gravitational force considering he just dropped in from the floor above. A shot and knife later and guards number 7 and 8 are out. The last one is eliminated with a quick one-armed choke, leaving only his main defenseless target. What's interesting to see in this choreography is that we're dealing with a character who is not only a straight-up villain in this scenario, but one who has superpowers, is fully trained, and ruthless. Several scenes involving a scenario of one versus many have already been analyzed on this channel, whether it's Daredevil's hallway fight scene, or Captain America's elevator fight scene, or even Spider-Man dealing with common criminals. But the difference here is that unlike them, the Winter Soldier is a villain at this point, and he doesn't mind using his weapons to their fullest extent. So the choreography in this scene reflects that. Unlike other characters, he doesn't use hand-to-hand combat virtually at all. It was cool to see a different kind of fight choreography, as well as the Winter Soldier unleashed. He actually had weapons this time, unlike his Civil War breakout scene, and he wasn't just trying to get away like when he was escaping the apartment complex in that same film. Instead, he was at peak form with nothing holding him back. It was awesome to see, and I only wish we had gotten more of that in the series. If you enjoyed this analysis and would like to see more of them, I invite you to check out the Fight Scene Breakdown playlist, as I've already analyzed virtually every fight in Captain America the Winter Soldier, as well as Captain America Civil War. I've also broken down the fight between Bucky, Sam, and John Walker's Captain America. I'd like to thank each one of my Patreon members as their contribution helped in the making of this video. If you'd like to contribute and appear in the credits in the future, my Patreon page is Godzilla Rex, and it's in the description below. What did you think of the scene? What other fight scene would you like to see me analyze? Let me know in the comments below, and be sure to subscribe for more awesome videos. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.